Hi Barb, how you doing? Hi Denise.
Hi Barb, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
Hi Denise.
Uh-oh. Do I still have volume on? Okay, I think that was coming from my phone. Hi Denise. Man, you're okay? Hi Sarah. Alright, where do I need to share this to? Alrighty. You guys. Yeah, you can hear me? Okay. Good. Come on, push the right buttons, fingers. We'll get started here in a second. Okay. All right. Where are we at here? Sarah, Cara, Barb, how you guys doing tonight? Denise. I gotta change the color of that. It's blue. It's terribly hard to read. All right. It's nice and warm and toasty down here in the basement. I've got the fire going. So that is a plus. All right. I gotta open this up real quick. Thought I was done. I did. I thought I was done. Nope. No, that's not what I want. There. I think that's gonna work. I think. Remember, it's all an experiment until we figure out what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. I finally got the gallery up there, right? The image gallery, scrolling. That took a lot of my time today to do that. I've got a new follower. Thanks, Steampunk Garage. Hey, Jen, how you doing? All right, let's see if I can embiggen this a little bit. Do that and do that. Hey, it worked. Let's see if it comes up on the other screen. All right. Very excited about that. Okay. I'm going to do that a little bigger. Okay. So we're just working on a wine bottle holster here. Many of you have been hanging out with me a lot lately. But for those of you who are new tonight, I have a friend. He wanted something to carry his wine bottle at the Renaissance Fair. And so we're working on a patch so that he can change bottles in and out. It'll look like that's the start of it right there. We got to finish up. We'll probably finish up in here tonight, patching the rest of this up around the wine bottle. Oh, we might get to some of the top up here. Who knows? I'm going to adjust this just a skosh. Alright. Making a Triskelion wallet chain. Small 16 gauge. Nice. Excuse me. Alright. We'll set those aside for now. This is the elf weave trim we tried to use on this 4-in-1 patch. Didn't work. So we're going to take it apart and add it to the rest of this because we don't have enough rings to leave any of them lying around, if you know what I mean. We don't know if we have enough rings to finish this, but that's okay. We can always make a dice bag out of it. Alrighty. So tonight, I have lost my debit card. I went to Wendy's today and thought I had put it back in my wallet and then set the receipt aside. But my debit card's not in my wallet. And I checked the bags for the receipt. And there's no debit card in those bags anywhere. What is that? I got some rings hooked in here. Let go. Get that. Get out of there. So I put the card on block and now I've got to get a new card. I'll check the truck one more time tomorrow. But I think it's gone. It was going to expire next year, so I would have had to get one anyway. But it's just annoying to not have, a debit card. It'll be alright. I'll get through it. Yeah. It's crappy. It is crappy, but I'll make it. So it's nice and toasty down here in the basement because I got the fire going. I've been putting off turning it on because I found out about, maybe a week ago that there was a dead bird in there. And so I was hesitant to open up the glass. I don't know what kind of, maggot-ridden corpse of a bird was lying there. I couldn't really see it, but I could definitely tell it was a bird. And so I finally opened up the glass tonight, and in the corner of the fireplace was this body of a half-charred once bird. I don't know how he got in there because there's a very, it's like the, what do you call it, the rabbit preventative screen. The stuff that you put around your gardens, that's what's on the vent, the chimney to vent that stuff out. So I don't know how it got in. I'm gonna have to go double check and make sure that that wire is on there, that wire gate. Yeah, tasty. Yeah, as I was picking them up, right? Like I couldn't tell what body part I was picking him up by, and I ended up pulling his little head off. I felt so bad. So we gotta make sure that birds can't get into the fireplace. So we had an issue a couple years ago now. Birds got into our attic. That was no fun. The bathroom vent tube cover had been faded by the sun and come off, and I got up there and there's about 16 feet of duct tubing that had all kinds of bird's nest material in there, a couple of baby birds. It stank. I had to give them the boot too. And then one bird, of course, was flying loose around the attic, dive bombing me. So here I am trying not to step on the ceiling between the beams as this bird is coming after me. Good times. Good times. I like animals, I just like them outside. Home wrecker. Very much so. When it comes to anything but the spiders in my basement, I don't evict them because they kill off the ladybugs. And they stay in the corners by the window. So I generally let them live. I clean them out like, I don't know, once a month maybe. But they get a pass. Everything else, they gotta go. Hey Joe, how you doing? Alright. We are just working on this wine bottle holster here. Participating in what will become the global phenomenon of chainmail. It's a movement. I'm going to start it. And we're all going to get rich selling chainmail stuff because everybody's going to want it. So from now on, I'm going to refer to everything I do as participating in the global movement of chainmail. It's my marketing shtick for 2021. I don't know, it might work. I think crazier stuff has been tried. Ow. I don't like ladybugs. I like ladybugs well enough, just not in my house. What have I done? Here we go. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Who put the slippery stuff on these rings, man? I really need better pliers. I really do. One day we'll have overhead webcam and ladybugs will occasionally bite the living shit out of you. Can we say shit on this stream? I don't know. I think so. Haven't had any attacks by ladybugs, but they do get in the house a lot. It's like in Texas we had June bugs, right? Which are, what do you call it? No, these are not made for mail, but you know, I've done, God, well, I've had these for the entirety of the 24 years I've been doing this. They've worked pretty well. But yeah, there are definitely much better products out there for making chainmail. I got these from my grandpa. That's how historic they are. I mean, I have some wubbers for smaller stuff. But I only have one pair. The other pair I use is from Home Depot, I think. Let's see if I did that right. I think so. I mean, I have a whole jar full of pliers over here. These are just my go-to ones. You're in Texas and you hate June bugs? I don't blame you. I definitely don't mind the ladybugs as much as I do the June bugs. Come on. June bugs are very loud. They're pretty big. And they're very dumb. Right? Like, once they're in a building, they will never get out on their own. Kind of like flies, but they bump into more walls as they try and leave. June bugs are the worst. You heard it here first. I agree. We had a couple scorpions while we were down there. A lizard got in the house once. My dog got bit by a rattlesnake while we were down there. That was an awful night. But other than that, you know, it wasn't too problematic. We were out in the back deck down in Texas, and our neighbors, you know, the sprinklers that go as they spin around, right? Our neighbors had one of those going, and all of a sudden we heard a rattle off to the side, and we saw the top of the dog, because, you know, she was on the ground below the deck. So we saw the top of the dog pop up about 4 feet in the air. She got bit on the nose. So that was a trip to the emergency vet. She probably would have been all right, but she swelled up pretty good, and they gave her some anti-venin and got some IV fluids in her to help her kidneys. So, still, between the initial emergency vet bill that night and the aftercare for her, I think we ended up paying about $7,000 for that rattlesnake bite. Mando time. Have a good one, Jen. All right. I have yet to sit down and watch the next season of The Mandalorian. It's going to be one of those wait till the season's over and then watch it all, I think. I watch very little TV. And so when I do sit down and make time for it, you know, I want some, a hefty amount of TV time available to watch of stuff that I want to watch. So, I think The Boys Season 2 is out too. Or also. So I want to sit down and watch that. Because I liked that show. I thought it was well done. Come on. And what's that on? Prime? I think. There's something else coming out on Prime. Two things. Same boat, full season of Mando and a binge sitting. Heck yeah. The two things that are coming out on Prime, I think it's Prime, right? I guess they're going to try and remake The Lord of the Rings. I don't think I'll be watching it. And then I believe they're going to try and make the Eye of the World series by Robert Jordan, which if you haven't read, it's a 13 book, you know, these are 1,000-paged books, right, that I began reading, God, a little bit longer ago than when I started making chainmails, probably 25, 26 years ago. And I guess they're turning it into a live-action fantasy series. And I might watch that. I don't know yet. You know, because I've had 26 years of building up in my head how these characters look, how the storyline is developed, and I don't know if I want someone else's interpretation of that in my head. The Lord of the Rings thing is going to be a second age thing, which has relatively little to do with any plot or character Tolkien ever developed. That's interesting. There was an extra ring in there. I knew it. Sometimes, you know, you weave in an extra ring just for funsies. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just, you know, I don't trust actors and directors to recreate what's in my head, and I don't know if I want them to do it. Yeah. No, that... Okay. And Eye of the World was so upset when he died, the last book just wasn't right. Okay, spoiler alert right there. I haven't read the last book. I have it sitting on a shelf right here, and I have the first book, Eye of the World, in a pile of books to be taken upstairs so that I can sit down and read them if I ever get a chance to read again. I'm assuming by he you mean Rand. I'm sure Lord of the Rings things we will see cameos from Legolas, that sort of thing, but mostly it's going to be stuff that won't mess up the movie canon. I hope so. The Lord of the Rings series is going to be from the people who did Game of Thrones. That right there tells me that it's... Oh, the author. Okay. Right. Because the Mistborn guy, Brian something, came in and had to finish it. Yes. Okay. Oh. See, if the Lord of the Rings series is going to be from the same people who did Game of Thrones, I am not a fan of the Game of Thrones books or what I briefly saw of the show. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson, not Brian. You have problems with Branderson? You have problems with Sanderson's prose. I can appreciate that. Some of his stuff's kind of hard to read. It's hard to get into. Yeah. You hated his writing style? There is... I forget which book I read by him. Or tried to read. And it took a long time to get into it, but once I did, I was fairly pleased with how that book ended. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I've sat down and read anything. I got burned by 2 authors. And, well, I mean, one of them's still alive. Patrick Rothfuss's Name of the Wind, right? The Kingkiller Chronicles. Still waiting for that 3rd book, you know, which could drop any day. But his grammar is abominable. Okay, I can appreciate that. I can't critique anyone else's writing style because mine reads like talk to text. That's how I write. Terrible writing style, but I'm not good enough with the English to do gooder. Not when writing, anyway. I'm sure it's one of those things that if I did more of, I could improve myself, but I like to read. Not a writer, so I'm not in any position to critique anyone's writing style. But yeah, the people who did Game of Thrones doing anything else ever, right, makes me very wary of even bothering to try to get into it. Like, Game of Thrones should be something that I like and that I'm into, and I cannot stand I can't stand the books at all. What I read of them, I certainly didn't finish that series. Alright. But yeah, big stack of books. Oh, what was... I'm trying to think of the author. I think the last book was supposed to be called the Mage Capital, the Capital Mage. And it's a very well-known author, right? If you read fantasy at all, you've at least seen her books in the bookstore. And she did 2 what I thought were really good books. And then the last one, she never wrote it. And then Rothfuss still hasn't dropped the 3rd book, so I'm like waiting. Hopefully he doesn't pull a Robert Jordan on us. But I did love the second edition of the Kingkiller Chronicles. I thought that was very well done. You didn't like Game of Thrones either? Good. I like it when people agree with me. Too grim. Other George R. Martin things were great. In that series, he seemed to be hell-bent on punishing the reader for caring about anything by setting you up to love things and then brutally destroying them. There's that I didn't particularly care for. And there's the, you know, the Pornhub-esque undertones throughout the whole series that I'm just, you know, I don't want to read fantasy romance novels where everybody dies. Uh-oh. Hooked a ring in here somewhere. Get out of there. You didn't watch a show or read far enough to the series, so I didn't get into the porny stuff? No. He opens with the porny stuff, right? The brother-sister sex scene is in, like, the first... Yeah, like... where he throws the kid out of the tower. That's the brother-sister incest scene. It's like... It was just downhill after that. Who might have judged? Guy made millions off his idea. I think it's a bad idea, but, you know. All right. Okay. We are almost done with this little space there. Nod, nod. Yeah. And then we'll start measuring for the top band. I have a new follower. How do you pronounce that? Is it 2 liter? Like a 2 liter Coke or? I'm bad with names, so I apologize. How are you doing tonight? 2 liter. We are just making some chainmail. More specifically, a wine bottle holster thing for a buddy of mine. Yeah, come on. So let's see here. We've got I don't know where cameras are. This much done. And we're just putting this part on. It's coming along. Alright. So, got dead bird in the fireplace, lost my debit card. Not much else has gone on since yesterday. We hung out and watched a couple Christmas movies and did the laundry. Oh, I should probably put this back up. There we go. You know. It's nice to have that option to change it from camera to camera. So I'm not moving cameras around and all right, Denise, you have a good night too. It's nice to not have to move the camera around all the time. You know? Just hit a button. And technology does it for you. I kind of feel like we're at a point now where we have a quasi-professional looking stream, so I don't think we're going to make too many more changes to it. This should be the layout for a little while. I know lots of people get really fancy with their streams. I don't think we need to go too fancy, but the basic outline that we have is, I like it. I'm happy. I don't have too many more questions that I have to go look up and figure out how to do. You know? So I can move on to bigger and better things. Got the Christmas contest coming up. I should probably post about that to remind people. Hopefully we'll get a couple more people, because it's a chainmail piece and not a mixed media piece, like we did with Halloween. I think a lot more people will be glad to be involved, happy to join and involve themselves. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think most of the next week is going to be spent polishing up the app and making sure that we have as many resources as possible on there. And I can't wait till that's done. That's going to be a big weight off my mind. It's been a long time coming. Then once that's done, we can get back to doing more product-specific designs. And I'm going to try and put a lot more effort into designs this next year. So hopefully that'll keep me busy. Especially through the winter as we freeze to death up here in Wisconsin. It was like 23 degrees out this morning. That's ridiculous. When it starts hitting like 40 degrees, I stop going outside if I don't have to. Me and my little Texas Chihuahua dog are cold intolerant, and we don't like going outside, and I don't blame him one bit. Oh, you know what? I need to figure out how to stream music too. That is one thing I need to do so we can... I know that while you're streaming on Twitch, people can do stuff like song requests. So I got to figure out how to set that up. Right? Because I don't particularly love the sound of my own voice. But it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. However, I would like some music. That would be nice. All right. Yeah, and that way, if we have some music, you guys will have something to listen to while I have to sit here and think about what I'm doing and trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about next. All right. So I want to get to some of these other projects here that have been sitting around for way too long. And I don't know when we'll be done with this wine bottle holster, but I think, it's not going to take much longer. I think we're definitely over halfway, Just got a couple more sections here, and we'll be done. So that'll be nice. And then we'll probably work on an inlay after this, I think. It's for a buddy of mine. And it's been sitting around way too long. And then I don't know what after that. Maybe one more inlay that's been sitting around for too long. Maybe. Oh, nope, I didn't need to do that. There we go. All right. Where are we at? Ta-da! Now we just got a little bit left. And this will slide down the bottle. I hope it doesn't make a liar out of me. And that part, this band goes up on the bottom anyway, so I'm not worried about it catching like that, but oh, gotta do this once in a while. Oh. So, but what do you guys think? Is there any other streaming feature that you see other people stream with that you think we should add? I know a lot of people play games and stuff. It's not really something I'm interested in doing, but and I know on Twitch you can have like games in the chat. I know some people who do that. Maybe we will look into some stuff and try some stuff out, and then you guys can tell me how you feel about it. Man, I'm so glad that I got the bird out of the fireplace because it's nice and warm down here. Usually it's quite chilly. And I have to warm up by making chainmail. You can make a bot that can handle chat rules or promos or whatever. Cinnabar has to do his stuff like that and tell jokes. Good old Cinnabar. I have not seen him stream in quite some time. Frankly, I've become concerned because it's like been several months since he last streamed, I believe. I've not seen his name pop up at all. He does a fun stream. His anodizing streams are a riot. Yeah, I know Josh talked to him the past month or two. Good. That's something. I know him and his family all got I got the COVID. So, but I thought that they had made it through that. So, hopefully they are well, and hopefully we will see him soon in the future, because I do enjoy watching him work. Both doing the titanium anodizing and his chainmail. He's a phenomenal chainmail artist. Much better than me. I've been doing this for 24 years and I'm okay at it. But he has some really good stuff. Some of his shirts are quite exceptional. And the lengths he goes to get those tiny dice bags is just mind-blowing. Never have I ever wanted to make the world's smallest anything. Ow. Steven's got Nightbot in his chat. Gus eats questionably flavored jelly beans as entertainment, which is pretty entertaining. I got to sit in on one of his streams the other day. And I know there's other chainmail artists out there, but I don't ever get a chance to catch them. They do these. I don't know if it's weird time slots. Like 9 o'clock in the evening isn't weird. It is, but it's the only time I have to sit here and do this. And I never get a chance to catch them anymore. So I don't know honestly what they're doing on their streams. For now, I think we will just stick with what we got, and if new ideas pop up, we'll give them a try. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I think we're... There we go. So my son has a tablet, right? You've seen Cinnabar post on Facebook within the last week. That's good to know. I hope he's doing okay. I enjoy sitting in on his streams. They're very long streams. I don't know if I'll ever get to that. Maybe if I have like a random off day or something. But so my son has a tablet and he downloads all kinds of crap onto it. And I routinely have to go through and clean a bunch of it off, right? And like restart it for him, get him going again so he can do his gaming, right? It's all like Roblox stuff. He doesn't have free access to the internet or anything. But so I'm on there. I'm like, what is taking up? He's got 16 gigs of space. What is taking up all this space? And I go into his photos and videos. And I find like just video after video after video of him just being a goofball, right? And it's the most adorable thing. We've got videos of him just making like random noises, videos of him singing, videos of him pretending to be like, he watches a lot of Minecraft gaming streams on his little YouTube that he's got there. And so he's got videos of him pretending to be someone, playing Minecraft on YouTube, right? And there's a couple of videos of him swearing. So I found these and I couldn't stop watching them. They were, adorable and hilarious, and I couldn't stop laughing. He got very upset at his singing one. He said I couldn't show his mom because it was embarrassing. I was like, whatever, she's going to see it. So I'm going to, sometime in this next week, I'm going to get his tablet down here and put all the videos onto my computer and just make one long video out of it. And I will probably share that somewhere in the future. I don't quite know where yet, but I'm really looking forward to it because it's hilarious. All right. It's 9:57. All right. Thank you everyone for hanging out. If you want to support the stream, go to MailleWerX.com. Get yourself some chainmail themed apparel and accessories. Get something nice. Let's see here. The deadline for the Christmas contest is December 24th. All you have to do is where's my ornament? Get a Christmas ball ornament and wrap it in chainmail somehow. Okay, decorate it in chainmail. Doesn't have to be as tight as this. And then on the 25th, we'll post everything, and the people who participated get 2 votes. They can vote for themselves and for someone else. And we will announce a winner on Christmas. And someone will get I think they get a Christmas item from MailleWerX.com. What else? Anything else before I go? I will be back on next weekend. I might start doing this during the week if the family is okay with it. Right? Because we got homework and bath time and bedtime and all that fun stuff. And, stuff to do around the house. But we'll see. I can usually get all that done in my time off on Saturdays and Sundays, so I'm able to sit down here and chill with y'all. Have a good night, Sarah. And everybody else, you all have a good night. Have a wonderful night. I can't think of anything else that we need to go over. So, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys hopefully next weekend. All right. Have a good night. Oh, wait, I lied. I wanted to see... I got to figure out... Crystal Lenny Mystical Fire. I know you. Thank you for the like, Crystal. I appreciate it. I got to figure out how to raid someone else's stream. And if we can do that from here or not. Because as an active participant in the makers and crafting section of Twitch, right? Like, it would be nice to be able to raid someone else's stream. So definitely go like MailleWerX on Twitch. That way, we can, maybe we'll do like one night a week. We exclusively do Twitch. So that way we can go raid someone's channel and, send them bits and all kinds of fun stuff. All right. So I'll figure that out. That's okay. You can watch the replay, of course, and then I will be back on next Friday night, mostly for sure. All right. I will talk to you guys later.